पूतात्मा परमात्मा च मुक्तानां परमागतिः अव्ययपुरुषः साक्षी क्षेत्रज्ञोऽक्षर एव च पूतात्मा परमात्मा च पूतात्मा परमात्मा च पूतात्मा परमात्मा च मुक्तानां परमागतिः मुक्तानां परमागतिः मुक्तानां परमागतिः अव्ययपुरुषः साक्षी अव्ययः पुरुषः साक्षी अव्ययपुरुषः साक्षी क्षेत्रज्ञोऽक्षर एव च क्षेत्रज्ञोऽक्षर एव च क्षेत्रज्ञोऽक्षर एव च पूतात्मा परमात्मा च मुक्तानां परमागतिः अव्ययपुरुषः साक्षी क्षेत्रज्ञोऽक्षर एव च. In this second shloka, we have 8 names from 10 to 17. The 10th name is Putatma. For Pushparchana, we say Om Putatmane Namaha. Puta means pure. The memory, which is also called Chittam or referenced as Vasanas, that push you to act towards a desire, is attributed as the property of the body. Atma remains pure as it gives you the ability to act and remains a witness to all that is done by the body. Hence, the Paramatma remains pure and ever uninfluenced by the Maya. The 11th name is Paramatma. For Pushparchana, we say Om Paramatmane Namaha. Per dictionary, the name means particular personification. Or if you look up the meaning for Paramatma Maya, it means being entirely the soul of the universe. The value that one gets from this name is God is the supreme soul, as in one that has transcended all limitations and imperfections. It reflects the value that when seen as one, the Atma or I becomes the supreme. The 12th name is Muktanam Paramagatihi. For Pushparchana, we say Om Muktanam Paramagataye Namaha. Muktanam means for those who are liberated, the liberated souls. Param is the supreme. Gati represents both the path as well as the goal. Realizing or attaining the state of being the one supreme Atman requires the most important step of associating oneself with the supreme. The God is that association who is both the path and the goal. The 13th name is Avyayah. For Pushparchana, we say Om Avyayaya Namaha. Vyayah means to decay or loss, basically something that gets reduced in its values. Avyaya means undecaying, imperishable, indeclinable. Thus, the name praises the pure nature of God or the Atman who remains imperishable or ever supreme. The 14th name is Purushah. For Pushparchana, we say Om Purushaya Namaha. Now there are several interpretations for this name. The first one is Puri Shete iti Purushah, one who resides in the body. Reference here is to the Atma. The word Shete means to lie, rest or sleep, indicating that the way Atman resides in the body is in a comfortable state. Sankhya philosophy also uses the name to denote Paramatma or Parabrahma. The second one is Pura asti iti Purushaha. One who existed before everything else is Purushaha. The third one is Purayati iti Purushaha. One who is complete, or one who makes everyone or everything complete is Purushaha. The 15th name is Sakshi. For the Pushparchana, we say Om Sakshine Namaha. This name is used as a suffix in Shloka 55, Vinayita Sakshi. Sakshi means witness, one who is independent of the event but has a direct knowledge of the event is a witness. In relation to Atma, being the conscious or the Chaitanyam is a witness to everything that happens. Now you reflect upon yourself. As soon as a thought comes, there is an awareness that a thought has come in as well. That aspect which is in the knowledge of whatever is happening is like a witness to everything. The 16th name is Kshetrajnah. For the purpose of Pushparchana, we say Om Kshetrajnaya Namaha. Kshetram can be defined as a field or an entity defined by us. One who knows or has the knowledge of the Kshetra is a Kshetrajnah. Once again, the pointer here is the Chaitanya Swarupa. While a Sakshi is the awareness of an event, a Kshetrajna is the awareness related to the entity. The 17th name is Aksharaha. For Pushparchana, we say Om Aksharaya Namaha. This name occurs again in the 51st shloka and comes as a suffix in shloka 30, Spashta Aksharaha. Ksharati means melting away, wane or perish. Aksharaha is the opposite of it, unalterable, imperishable, immutable, etc. The Swarup of the Atma is ever existing. The true constant is God. This applies directly to what you call as I. You cannot objectify the I. You need no proof of its existence, and yet you know of its existence. And this is God, and this is Paramatma.